one of the best women I know in this business and in other businesses. She's just wonderful, a sweetheart. You love her so much. We're having a good vibe. Before I bring her out, we're having a good vibe this morning. You guys are rowdy, you're ready to go. Let's keep the vibe positive and keep your questions positive and friendly, because I don't want to have to deflect. But let's go ahead and let me list all of her accolades and all of her names. She is formerly Sasha Banks, who was NXT Women's Champion, 5-time Raw Women's Champion, the inaugural, if you don't know what that means for the little young ones out there, their first time, and 3-time Women's Tag Team Champion. She's also been SmackDown Women's Champion, and she is Mercedes Moné, current IWGP Women's Champion in Japan. You also know her as Koska Reeves in The Mandalorian. This woman with 1,000 talents and several names. I'm bringing her out right now. Her name is Mercedes Varnado. Give her a warm welcome, everybody. This is awesome. Someone asked me yesterday, is she bringing the belt? I'm like, I hope the hell she is. That is beautiful.
Always gotta bring the title.
Look at that.
Isn't it gorgeous?
So pretty.
Hi everybody. Thanks for coming. How's everyone doing? Good. I like Kansas City. It's a beautiful, beautiful city. It's a little cold.
It is.
It's a little cold, but really nice people and good coffee. Yeah.
So when I landed, apparently they were telling me several hours before it was like 20 degrees warmer. I landed, it was snowfalls. I got all sorts of big chunks of snowfall too. I just left Canada. I was like, I just left Canada. I was expecting a little bit warmer, and you guys give me snow.
It's okay. I came from Boston, so it was really cold. And I have to say, your airport is super nice. Congratulations. I love good airports. So I'm like, this is the first airport that I actually want to go to early. I like to show up to airports like 5 minutes before my flight and just walk on. But this one, I'm like, let me go early and check it out. It's a nice airport.
Super pretty. I was here last year, and it was the really small airport. So I'm not gonna lie, I got out of the plane and I just kind of stared for a second because I didn't realize I got a new airport. So I was like, did I get off in the wrong spot? So thank goodness someone who was local was like, no, we have a new airport, CBD. I'm like, oh, okay. So let's talk about you. How is life? How are you? We haven't seen each other in a minute. You look wonderful.
Thank you.
You're on top of the world. I'm
you.
just so excited and proud of you. How are you? How is life?
God, life is crazy. I can't believe it's only March, and I'm the IWGP Women's Champion. I'm like, that's how you start the year. I kicked it off in New Japan for Wrestling at Wrestle Kingdom. January 4th, I made my big comeback to wrestling, and it's just been absolutely incredible to have my first match back February 18th against Kairi Sane when I won this beautiful championship, which is so prestigious to me. And throughout my entire career in wrestling, which has been 13 years now, this is something that is just so, another thing that's just bigger than me, that now I know that there's still so many more women that are coming to New Japan and Stardom because they want this. So there's another place for women to show everybody around the world what we can do as performers. And I think women's wrestling is the greatest wrestling ever. I love it over the men's. I just love women's wrestling. So just to be in something so amazing that they only just started this women's division in like October, November for New Japan. So this is more history-making stuff, so I'm really excited, and I look forward to April when I get to defend this championship at Sakura Genesis, April 8th.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So how is Japan? Like, now that you get to go on a regular basis, it's like...
I absolutely love Japan. It's been a dream of mine since I was a teenager. I discovered Joshi Pro Wrestling on different forums, and I think that's when like YouTube just started to form. And I saw these women's matches, and I was just like, no freaking way women fight like this. There's no way. It's like Akira, Manami Toyota, Aja Kong, and they were main eventing the Tokyo Dome, which is in a famous, I don't even want to call it an arena, it's a dome. And they were main eventing the stuff. The year that I was born in 92 and 93, like women's wrestling was such a high standard in Japan. It was taking over, and it inspired me so much to let me know that I can fight just like the men. Because you didn't see that stuff in the United States. You didn't see the way that the women's wrestling that you saw in Japan. It was never like that in the United States. So I was so inspired by that I always wanted to go to Japan. I always wanted to make sure my wrestling journey went to Japan. So to do that now in 2023 and 2022, I went there. And I stayed out there for 4 weeks and really enjoyed the culture and the experience of taking a train and trying all these different unique foods that I was just like, don't want to disrespect them. Some of it was good, some of it was really unique and fishy, and don't know if it was alive or dead or who knows. But the Japanese look amazing. They live a long time, so I tried it so I could know their little secret. They told me green tea is kind of their secret, and it's amazing culture. I love it so much, and I get to go back in April for a month, so I'm excited to discover more kind of outside of Tokyo, but I'm going to go train all over Japan again, so I'm really excited.
I didn't know you were over there for so long when you went over there. That's amazing.
Thank you, yes.
I know I know I have been very heavily influenced in my career with Japanese wrestling. I'm sure you have too, so I bet this is just kind of a cool full circle of just watching it and adapting what you little bit pieces you can in your repertoire, and now living in Japan and wrestling in Japan for a Japanese company with a Japanese title. That's just full circle.
It is full circle.
Yeah.
It's still kind of surreal to me. Like I never expected to be in a different company. But I really want to make this something so special, and I really want to take this title all over the world and defend it everywhere, not just in New Japan, because I'm a free agent. I can do whatever I want and be wherever I want, at any time I want, at any company I want. It just depends on the bag. It depends on the bag and the money. So I'm taking a list, I'm checking it twice. I'm making sure which check I want to put in which bank account, because I got many. I got a lot of funds. And that's the beautiful thing about being free. You get to do everything. You get to have many funds, and have funds come from many places from all over the world. I get that yen, I get the rubies, I get the pesos, I get the dollars. And I'm really enjoying my time in my career, because this is something so different, and I really just want to elevate myself to a whole new level. I really knew that I am the greatest of all time. And last year I was thinking, like, how do I become more to wrestling? How can I be more? What's next? How can I evolve? You know, when you are a boss, that's pretty high. That's like the standard. Everybody wants to be a boss, but I wanted to evolve even more and become a CEO. Ooh. I wanted to run my own business. So I started my own business, the CBD business called Candela. I don't know if anybody has checked it out. I don't know anything about CBD, but it's very good for you, for your inflammation, if you have anxiety. Because when I was traveling on the road nonstop, I love to drink my pain away. I always drank my pain away, and I was just like, you know, I can't live like this. I have to switch to a natural method to helping my anxiety and helping my stress and helping me sleep. So I switched to CBD, and I was just discovering what was right with me. And I talked to my best friend, Samurai Del Sol, aka Kalisto from the WWE, and we just kind of put our heads together and were like, let's start our own business, which is Candela, which means to give light. And it's really been taking off. And last year we went to Barcelona and won the CBD award for the new up and coming business, which is crazy. I was in a room full with scientists and doctors and astronauts, and my company won an award. I was like, wow, I really can't believe that. So it's just a crazy, crazy year, and I'm just really excited for the next step in my journey.
That's amazing. So you're a CEO, you were a boss, you are a champion, you are a very talented actress. What are your goals and plans after this? Because I feel like, I'll be honest, I am very inspired by you. Like, I look at you and it's like, okay, that's the direction I'm gonna head. Someone who's strong, who knows what they want and will go after what they want and knows to hustle. Because that's what this business is all about, hustle. And I see you doing that, and it's so inspiring. So what are your goals, plans? Do you have anything like that you can tell us that, like, hey, I'm kind of thinking about, I want to do more of this, I want to do more of this, or you know what, I'm going to take some time off and enjoy me. Like, what are, because right now, I mean, you're a champion, so you're going to be a fighting champion, and you're going to be training your ass off, but what else is there?
I mean, I heard there's a couple wrestling shows coming up here in Missouri. There's something on Monday and something on Wednesday, so you never know. But my goal this year is just to really take this everywhere, and to see who's the best out there in the world. I know there's a wrestler right here. You didn't challenge me, not yet. But there's so many talented women's wrestlers that I want to have the opportunity to wrestle. I'm just waiting for them to step up to the plate and challenge Mercedes Moné, because I'm ready to defend this for real everywhere. So that's on my bucket list this year, and to win more titles all over the world. To keep on acting, I just signed with UTA, so just to do more, hopefully more with the Mandalorian and Star Wars and Disney Plus. I hope to be a part of that family forever because they're just so incredible. But I shot my first movie in October, so I'm looking forward to that coming out. But with acting, you just have to wait because you have to wait for like a whole year for production and for editing. So there's gonna be a lot in the future. I can't say much, but more with that and modeling and just keep on growing. And I just wanna keep on expanding my businesses and keep on being the CEO of everything.
That's amazing. So we've talked for a little bit. I know there's a lot of people who have questions out here, right? Yeah, okay. We have a microphone right over here. If you want to ask a question, again, let's be friendly, keep the vibe up. We're having such a good time. But yeah, we want to know your questions. Hi, what's your name and what's your question?
My name's Marcy. So my big question is, I think you did an interview a while back that you wanted to possibly fight Mickie James at Impact Wrestling.
I'm sorry?
So did you want to fight Mickie James at Impact Wrestling? Sasha?
Yeah? What's your question? Do I want to?
Yeah. Is that going to happen?
Is it going to happen? Like I said, I'm waiting for the bag. I'm waiting for Mickie James. But absolutely do I want to wrestle Mickie James. Mickie James is legit one of my idols. It's someone who I grew up and I was just like, wow, that was such a standard to me. Her and Trish Stratus, that storyline inspired me so much that I wanted to be in the WWE even more. Like, I've never seen a woman's storyline like that. It transcended through a whole year of a build-up. And Mickie James' character was just so amazing. When they finally had their WrestleMania match, I was just like a kid. I was like, oh my, I have to do this. I want to do this. So when Mickie James came back to the WWE, I was praying and hoping that we would actually get to wrestle, and we never got to. We had maybe like tag matches on house shows, but we never had a one-on-one, which is my dream. And I definitely believe in 2023 that I can definitely make that dream come true. So I definitely would love to face Mickie James and retire her ass. Send her back to that rodeo and go ride that horse. Bye, Mickie.
Promoters, if you're watching this right now, hint, 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 hint. Hi, what's your name and what's your question?
My name's Tony. I've already met Mercedes. I got her autograph. Both of you are really great wrestlers, by the way.
Thank you.
Mercedes, is there any chance that we will see you and Okada in an intergender match?
I mean, I have to say, at Battle in the Valley, I came out just to let him know who the CEO was. Because to me, I thought I was gonna main event that damn pay-per-view. So I had to let him know, like, this is how you're supposed to end Battle in the Valley. But I love Okada. We share the same interest of money. He's the rainmaker, I'm the money maker. So I definitely think that teaming up with him would be a dream match, but I just need to know against who. Does anybody have any suggestions who we should face?
Let's see, we put Levy Bates in there.
I'm sorry?
We put Levy Bates in that.
And who else?
And Naito.
Oh, do you like that?
Yes.
You and Naito? Okay.
Let's go.
All right, New Japan, let's book that right now. I'll call up Rocky.
Thank you, both.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much. Hello, what is your name and what is your question?
How you doing? I'm Andre. So I apologize, I stepped in this a little bit late. So I apologize in advance if you already covered this topic, but we all know the story of your departure from the previous company and whatnot. And I just want to say it took a lot of guts for you and Naomi to just throw those titles down and say, hey, look, I don't like the direction that you're putting us in, do something better, and then to walk away. But my question is, we're all aware of the changes that occurred with the previous company and whatnot, and changes in creative and things of that nature, and a lot of other athletes decided to come back, Dakota Kai, Bray Wyatt, things of that nature. Was there any thought, I know now you're doing your independent thing, which is awesome, but at the time, was there any thought of perhaps coming back? A lot of people thought that you might show up at the Rumble and things of that nature. It didn't happen, of course, but just curious as to what your opinion at that time was. I appreciate it.
You're welcome, thank you. First of all, nobody knows the story.
Okay.
You don't know the story. You're reading whatever you want to read and believing whatever you want to believe. Nobody knows the story because I haven't said anything. And I'm not going to say anything because that's just the classy boss that I am, the CEO. But one thing, it's up to them, it's up to Dakota and everybody else that wants to come back. That's great for them, that's awesome, that's their dream. But I went after mine, which was going to Japan. You have to follow your heart and follow your soul and follow your dreams. And this was always, always, always a dream of mine that I never got to accomplish. So as I'm growing in my career, I've been in the WWE for almost 10 years. I had to change. I had to feel something different in my heart and my soul. So I had to go after a whole new dream and a whole new chapter and a whole new destiny for me. And this is where I want to be. And this is what I want to make happen for me. So that's it. This is what I'm going for. This is my dream.
No more to get talk. Thank you.
Arigatou gozaimasu.
Hello, what is your name and what is your question?
Hi, I'm David. I have a Mandalorian question for you. So, what was it like to be given this character who goes toe-to-toe with Boba Fett, who's like one of the most, the most notorious bounty hunter in the galaxy, has decades building him to be badass. You go toe-to-toe with him. And I thought it was awesome. And every group that I run around in was just like, Koska Reeves a badass. I mean, they just accepted it. So what's that like for you?
It's crazy. It's still crazy to me that I was even part of the Mandalorian in Star Wars. I mean, my first introduction was saving baby Grogu, so you already knew Koska was a badass from the get-go. If I didn't go in there and grab him, we wouldn't have no baby. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yes. So you already had to know that I was such a badass that I can stand toe-to-toe with Boba. I mean, he did throw me through a table though, okay? But it was this close, he almost died, almost. Thank God for Bo. Thank God she stepped in, but it was such an incredible experience. I knew when we got that chance to do my fighting scene, I was like in my zone. John Favreau came to me, he was like, okay, this is your spot, this is your opportunity, this is what I got you in. And I went to rehearsals and they were showing me what they wanted. And they wanted like a headlock takeover and I was like, oh, that's not really cool. I was like, that's kind of boring. They're like, well, what would you do? I was like, okay. I took the guy, ran up the thing, and they're like, oh my God. John came from the back and he was like, yeah, we're shooting that. That's the one. I was like, no way did I just added a tornado DDT and now that's part of Star Wars history forever. It's so cool. So that was such an incredible experience for me.
I actually wondered if that was your touch when I saw that,
Yes.
because it just felt like it. So
I was always so nervous to give input, but I learned so much from Katie because she knew everything about her character because she was the voice of Bo for so long, but she was so confident of what she wanted to bring to the table that it helped me know what I wanted to bring to the table for Koska. So I let John know, I'm like, this is what I would like to do, and I showed the stunt people, and they're like, yeah, we're down. So it just gave me more confidence that I could speak up and give some directions of where I would want the character to go, and they were just so amazing throughout the whole season, and just everything was just so amazing. I love them so much.
thank you.
Thank you.
I'm just saying it was totally typecasting, casting a badass to play a badass. I'm just saying. That was
Easy, right?
right? No brainer. Hello, what's your name and what's your question?
Hi, my name is Matt. My question is, Mercedes, I was wondering what is your favorite movie from the original Star Wars trilogy?
You're gonna have to help me with the title. What's the one with Darth Maul in it? When he,
Darth Maul was in the very first
The Phantom Menace.
what is it?
Phantom Menace.
Then is that one, because when I first saw Darth Maul, I was like, oh my god, this character is such a badass. And it really just helped me connect with my brother, because my brother loves him so much as well. And I just remember as kids, like, taking red lipstick and a black marker and coloring his face. Because he's like, I want to be Darth Maul for Halloween. I'm like, okay, I got you. And I used my mom's lipstick, and we would get in such big trouble. But I love that one, because I just love Darth Maul, the character.
Awesome.
Just to answer your question, you didn't ask me, but Empire. Empire. I just have to. I'm a big Star Wars nerd, so I'm like Empire.
Hi, I'm Mercedes. So I'm Lily, and I wanted to ask if you are going to return to WWE, who would you want to work with?
Ooh. Can I give you 3?
Yes.
Well, it's actually a lot,
Okay.
because there's a lot of good talent. I really like Zoe Starks in NXT. I think she is super, super talented and just amazing. I think she is just ready to blast off and shine, and given the opportunity, I would love to see her on a Raw and SmackDown. Of course, my girl Bailey. I'm not done with her yet. I love her. I think she's amazing. And Natalia. She's one of my favorites, and I feel like I've never really got the opportunity to have a long match with her. I would love to have like an Iron Woman match with her, because yeah, hell yeah. I used to train with her, and we would just like train for like an hour nonstop just calling. So I just know that me and her would just go, we would have an incredible Iron Woman match. So I would say her, Natalia.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
You. So polite. I've no idea. So, obviously you are in the Star Wars universe. Is there any other franchise that, like, maybe you want to manifest right now while we're in front of all of us? Like, hey, I want to be in this franchise. This franchise is awesome. Is there anything that you're like, I would love to do this at some point in my life?
I mean, just a couple weeks ago, I finally got to meet Mark Ruffalo. So to be part of his franchise would be so amazing. 'Cause I love the Hulk. I love Spider-Man. I love all of that. So anything like that. I think also Mortal Kombat would be so cool.
Ooh, yeah.
Manifest that would be awesome. I would love to be in like Fast and Furious for my brother, or remake any cool shark movies. Not Sharknado. It's a cool movie. I don't want to be in Sharknado 15, but my brother really loves sharks, so I think anything like that where I can get eaten by a cool badass shark would be awesome for him.
You should definitely introduce him to Richard Dreyfuss. He's here.
Yes. Or Jurassic Park. He also loves dinosaurs and has a Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
So to be proud of that franchise as well would be incredible.
So much fun. So much fun. Well, everyone, if you want to ask a question, I know there's a few people trickling in. There's a microphone right over here. If not, I'm just going to keep asking questions and
Don't be
hanging out with
shy.
my friend over here. So, you're doing the con. Do you have any other conventions lined up in the future?
I have a con coming up at the end of this month in Orlando. Then I am going to do WrestleCon on April 2nd. Then the next day I'm going to fly to Tokyo and prepare for my match on April 8th, the next day. And then I think I have a couple matches out in there, and then come back from Tokyo, and I got a couple projects lined up, and yeah, just keep on working and collecting that bag, getting that money.
That's awesome. I know we have a question. We'll get to my question in a minute, but hello, what is your name and what is your question, sweetheart?
My name is Michael.
Hi, Mike.
Hi, young lady, how are you?
Good.
That's good. My question for you, Mercedes, is there anybody on the main roster or in the back? Who did you first go to learn how to call spots?
To learn how to call spots?
Yes.
I went to a pro wrestling school in New England called New England Pro Wrestling Academy, and I was actually there last night training. Not last night, or the day before that, on Thursday. I'm forgetting what day it is in time, guys. I was there Thursday training, and that's where I started my pro wrestling journey when I was 18 years old. So that's where I learned how to bump, hit the ropes, how to call spots. And then when I went to the WWE Performance Center, I learned a lot from Joey Mercury and Norman Smiley. There's so many great coaches down there. I learned from almost everybody that I can possibly learn from.
Good.
I trained with everybody that I love from all over the world, from like Amazing Red to Juventud. I got to train with Rey Mysterio one time. Satomura in Japan. I've been everywhere and trained with the very, very best to learn how to be the best. So that's how I did it.
She's an ace, folks.
You know
Thank you
it.
so much.
No, it's true.
I know with entertainment, especially acting, I had to dye my hair blonde. My agent was like, hey, we gotta make you more marketable. You gotta dye your hair blonde. So I had to make these changes because I've been blue for 6 years. Are there any kind of crazy changes you had to make because of whether you got a role or maybe agents like, hey, we gotta tone this down? Because I know, girl, you've had some awesome hair and some crazy hair. We saw that in January with the flames. So was there anything where it's like, man, I really want to keep this color for a while, but it's like, you gotta take it out, or you gotta change this, or you gotta take a piercing out? Like, what has your dream had to make you kind of pull back on a little bit?
Star Wars made me take out all my piercings, and I remember getting like 16 piercings done right before shooting. And they're like, you have to take them out. I was like, no, they're gonna close, and I couldn't put them back in. Like, it was so hard to put them back in after 14 hours nights every single day just to take them out in the morning. I was just like, fine, they're just gonna have to close up. I'm like, dang it, I spent so much money to get 16 piercings. They were so sore. I always remember that. I was like, dang it. So that, and it was always hard for me to come from like a Raw or a SmackDown, and I went straight to LA to shoot The Mandalorian. So I had to go from the Sasha Banks blue wig and take it out and put on the Koska wig. And that just took so long sometimes. And I would still have like glitter on my face from being Sasha Banks, and they're just like, why do you have glitter on your face? There's no glitter in the universe. I'm like, in the galaxy. I'm like, I know, I love glitter. So that was always hard for me because I don't know if anybody understands about wearing a wig or hair extensions. It is a hassle. It is a hassle, and it is time. It is time consuming. Even just taking it out takes like an hour and a half. So imagine putting it in and just, it's time. It's time. So
you did this every week?
I did this every week. I wasn't home for months. I would just legit, after being Koska, I have to fly to a live event or TV and find someone that could sew in my hair so it wouldn't fly off on TV, which I don't trust people to like sew in my hair good for TV. It's always so nerve-wracking because I've had my girl for like the past 10 years to do my hair all the time. I just didn't want to fly her out to all different places and spend that much money. So it was always a new journey every single week trying to find someone to sew in my hair or to make me a blue wig. And to be Sasha Banks before call time, which was always 2 p.m. and I would land at like 11 a.m. and I would just have to get done before going to work and being Sasha Banks again. So it was a crazy time, and playing the Mandalorian and not having my piercings.
My goodness, I am exhausted just listening to that.
It's tiring, but definitely well worth it.
I know when I went from blue to blonde, it was a different blonde at the time, but it took us 10 hours to strip it all out. 10.
Girl, you have to join that wig life. You can be blue again. I have plenty of blue wigs if you need one. Lots of blue wigs.
Oh, we have a question. Hello, what is your name and what is your question?
Hi, my name is Brady. Do you like being a face or a heel better?
Ooh, that's hard. I feel like for the past couple years of my career, I've kind of been both. Like no matter what, if I'm a heel, the fans cheer me, or if I'm a baby face, the fans cheer me. So I don't really get to feel if I'm a full-on heel, because I just need to feel on like, boo, like you guys hate me. So I don't know if that was up to me or the writers writing it, or they're just like, just be you at this point. But back in the day, I definitely loved being a bad guy. I loved just being mean. Being mean is so much fun. So I like being a bad guy, but I definitely love being a good guy too. I think when you're able to play both and get that same reaction from the crowd, that's when you know you're good and you're loved. So thank you guys for always loving me no matter what. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. I like your Darby makeup. Hello. What is your name and what is your question?
Hello, my name is Darren, and well, I know you from the WWE. Actually, I'm going to be quite blunt, I didn't even know you were having a panel because you didn't use Sasha Banks in the whole description. My original question I'm going to change a bit, but is Sasha Banks, does she only exist or live in the WWE, or could we see her somewhere else?
She only lives in the WWE. They own that IP. So you're only gonna see that there, nowhere else.
All right, thank you, and please continue fighting.
Always and forever.
Thank you.
Did you used to be a singer?
Did I used to be a singer?
Yeah.
Yes. I think in my previous lifetime I was a singer. When I was a child, and when I'm in my car I'm a singer, but I did rap my new entrance song. I'm just trying to perfect it a little bit more before I put it out on iTunes and everything. But shout out to my cousin Rocco Varnado and Blue Rock Records for helping me with that. They really pushed me to do it. I was really excited to do it, and I'm excited to shoot a music video to go with it. So stay tuned for more music. It's coming. I told you I was gonna do music when Rihanna came back, and she's back, baby. So let's do it together, Riri.
Yeah, I questioned that because when you kind of screamed, it kind of sounded like you sang in a little tune with the scream.
Oh, okay. Should I add the scream to my rap?
Maybe
Okay.
not. Yeah.
I'll test it out. I gotta see.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So what do you not do?
I don't like cooking. So I don't really do that good. If I have to, I will, but I don't do that. I'd rather not cook. What else do I not do? I'm slow at paying my bills. I'm really bad at answering text messages and phone calls and emails. So if anybody wants to be my personal assistant, I'm looking. Those are the only things I don't do. Okay, but that's about it. All right.
Hello, what's your name and what's your question?
My name is Nicholas. So they announced that the Forbidden Door pay-per-view is happening between AEW and New Japan. I was just wondering if you were going to appear there.
Ooh, when is it?
It's in June.
It's in June?
Or July. I'm not exactly
June or
sure.
July? Okay. What day?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know when to show up then. I don't know what. Anybody know the date? I don't know. We gotta see then. June so far, I think could be open. July might be open, but gotta get that phone call. Gotta get that phone call from Unc.
Thank you.
Bye, thanks.
Thank you, bad guy.
Hi, Mercedes. My name is Sawyer. I was wondering, what is it like being related to Snoop Dogg?
You guys smell that? It's the greatest feeling. I always feel like I'm in clouds. I always feel really elevated and higher than life. It is so great to be related to Snoop Dogg. Like sometimes I can't believe that's even real. Like he is such an icon, and if there was a word that can express it even bigger than an icon, he's it. He's there with Michael Jackson and Prince and all these amazing legends, and for him to be someone that I can call and go to for advice, and he's helped me throughout my whole life, and we share the bond of loving wrestling. It's the greatest feeling of all time. He is the greatest cousin. I love him to death, and I'm just so happy that I have him to look up to, that he is such a lifetime of achievement that I can only dream and keep on manifesting to even reach to a level that he's at. But to be part of him and that bloodline, we have the greatest bloodline, I think, in the history of entertainment. Ooh? Who's better than Snoop Dogg? Who? Nobody.
Mic drop. Thank you so much. Hi again.
Hi there. I was wondering, and this could be for both of you, if you were able to have a lightsaber in real life, what color would you want it to be?
Blue for sure. Love blue.
What color would you want?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I want to say blue, but I also want to say gold. So maybe since she has blue, I'll do the gold.
Interesting. Thank you.
Yeah. Hi. Hey. What's your name and what's your question?
My name's Thomas. How you ladies doing? My question is, for both of y'all, have you ever thought about being in the Star Trek franchise? Jonathan Frakes is the director. He's here.
I mean, I should go meet him in the green room, right? I should introduce myself.
Okay.
Why not? Thank you. Thank you for giving me the heads up. I actually never thought about it, but right now it's the first time I did. So thank you.
Ma'am?
Appreciate you.
I'm a big geek, so yes. I used to watch Next Generation growing up. That was my jam. I've cosplayed several times as a red shirt and a blue shirt, and so yeah, that would be amazing. When I was growing up, I used to think I wanted to be an astronaut, and then I was like, oh wait, no, I don't want to be an astronaut. I want to play someone in space, because I realized I love Star Wars, I love Star Trek, all the space stuff, and I was like, man, no, I don't want to actually go. I just want to act and be in the show. So yeah, 100%. I would love to do that.
Thank you, ladies.
Yeah.
And thank you.
I actually do want to go to space, though.
Hope to see you on the screen.
I want to go to space. That's my next goal. I would love to go to space. And William Shatner is here, and he went to space. So I would love to talk to him about his experience. Like, that would be such a dream come true, just to see our planet. Wouldn't that be so incredible?
Yeah. We have an astronaut here signing. She's right next to Britt Spiner and Ming Chen, right across from you.
Okay, I gotta talk to her. That is incredible.
Scott? Yeah, she's an actual astronaut.
Wow, that is like legit. Do you guys ever think about that? Do you guys ever look up into the sky and you're like, whoa, there's more? That's what I want to see. I want to see what's up there. I want to see.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see the world. Like,
you get to see
as like the blue ball it is, you know what I mean?
We are one planet. I think people forget that we're one. So I want to remind people of that. So I want to go up there. I want to see it. I want to come back down though. I want to make sure I come back down.
Right.
Gotta come back down. Gotta go see my dog Ryu, man. Gotta defend this. If I don't, then I have to go defend this on a different universe. But I definitely want to come back.
Oh my God, you should be the first to bring a title belt to space.
Oh yeah! Hell yeah!
That would be amazing.
I will. I'm gonna manifest that. I've been saying that. I will be the first to do that.
Yeah.
But I gotta come back. Okay, gotta come back now.
Hi, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Dave. For The Mandalorian, did they approach you or did you have to audition for the role or how'd you get it?
They approached me. I was so fortunate enough to get the role I went through my DMs on Instagram and this casting director hit me up and they're like, hey, this director would love to cast you in a Disney show. We would love to call you. And I was like, no, wait, is this real? Is this fake? Because I get thousands of DMs of random stuff, nasty pictures, sometimes cute pictures, but weird stuff every single day that you never know what's real and what's not. It's not like that page was verified. I don't know if that was a real agent, but I was like, a Disney show? Hell yeah, why not? Let me try. So I gave him my agent's number, and then my agent called me one day, and he was like, hey, do you know who Jon Favreau is? And I was like, yeah, I think so. He's like, look him up right now. I looked him up, and I was like, oh my God, it's the Jon Favreau. I loved him in the movie Chef. I loved him in so many different things. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, he wants to call you in an hour. I was like, for real? Okay. He's like, I raced home, I put on a little bit of makeup, and I was waiting for this phone call, but next thing you know, it's a FaceTime. I answer it, and it's freaking Jon Favreau on the phone on FaceTime, and he was just like, hi Mercedes, I don't know much about wrestling, but I watched you on Hot Ones, which is a show on YouTube about eating the hottest hot sauces on this planet, which I don't know if anybody loves spicy. I love spicy food, but the last 4 hot sauces, you don't even feel anything because your tongue is so burnt. I don't even understand why people can even create something like that. Some things you actually have to sign a waiver for to get these hot sauces. So he watched the show that I was on at this interview, and he's like, I fell in love with your personality, and I would love to write for you. I would love to write a role for you in the show that I'm doing, The Mandalorian. And I was just like, whoa, no freaking way. And I was like, oh my God, I would love to do it, but I have to ask, of course, WWE. So it was a whole process through that, but we finally got it to work and started shooting The Mandalorian, and it was the greatest experience of my whole life. I learned so much working with the greatest people, from Jon Favreau to David Filoni to Katie Sackhoff to Bryce Howard. I learned so much just being on that set that I took everything that I learned and I brought it to wrestling, and I felt like I had the greatest year that I ever did in the crazy time that we did in the 2020. So I learned so much, and I was so thankful to be part of The Mandalorian.
Just a follow-up question. Did you get any souvenirs from the set that accidentally found its way into your car trunk?
Absolutely not. Disney has mini shooters everywhere. They have eyes everywhere, so no way. All the props, everything stays there. I did get an awesome drawing from David Filoni. He made me something before we all left the set, and he made everybody like a picture, which was so cool, and he signed it towards me, to me, and I was like, that's something so cool.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, we are almost out of time today. What is your schedule for the weekend? How are you here through Sunday? Is today your last day? Are you signing? Are you photo ops? Tell us where we can find you today.
Today I just have an autograph signing and photo ops, and today's my last day. But I definitely enjoyed Kansas City, and I enjoyed meeting all of you. But I haven't met you yet. Please come up and say hi and get an autograph. But thank you guys so much for coming. I appreciate you guys so much. It means so much to me that I have the greatest supporters from all over the world. I love my fans so much. So thank you guys for being here.
So, FYI, if they come up to your table, will the title be there?
Hell yeah, I bring this baby
you can see the title
everywhere.
with your own eyes. So make sure you come by, say hi to Mercedes, get an autograph, look at the title, salivate a little bit. Listening. Well, everyone, give it up for Mercedes Varnado. Thank you so much again. And make sure you check her out today. And enjoy the rest of your time here at Planet Comicon.